Hey, I want to take a little bit of your time, people, and talk about movements. And everybody's heard about the new Senate thing that's going around, 94-7, some crap about taking our Bill of Rights away, something like that. Did y'all ever think that maybe your movements that you think is doing so much justification and good is forming a combat? Really think deeply into this, if you would, for a second. I'm not here to put anybody down. I'm not here to call anybody dark, light, evil, negative, light. I'm not here for names, tags, logos, any of that bullshit. I simply want to enlighten you all to the fact that there's grander schemes that are behind things, and that includes your movements and the movements of the opposition or the adversary side, as you so-called say and see it. Everybody has opinions. I always say opinions are like assholes. We all have them. We're all going to sprout them. Now, if you take a form of movement and you stand in front of a building and you chant and you rant and you rave, how much of your energy, of your God-given energy from Creator, are you throwing away? How much of that energy is going out the door to nothing? While those in that building are going on about their day, carrying out their business, they're either confused because they don't know what the hell you're doing, why you're doing it, they're laughing at you, or they're totally ignoring you. On a higher note, I don't think the governments are ignoring this a bit. Now, you see, when you get a whole group of people, thousands upon thousands of people conglomerating into one union or one movement, one mass, they're not knowing exactly what to expect. Y'all are moving in a peace, with a peace movement. This is what you say it is, and I truly believe that that is what your intent is. However, the, as you call, adversary or opposing side, or the dark forces, you've labeled it so many things, aren't seeing it that way. They're seeing it as a distrust. They're not quite sure what your intent is, how far it will go. It takes one spark to light the dynamite. There's several things that we could say into this. I don't think you're fully thinking the realm out here. For every action there is a reaction. I know you're looking for a reaction, however it may be just the one you really don't want. You have to remember status and quo. You have to know where you're going, think from A to Z and Z backwards to A, to get a full realm, a full spectrum, a full view of the whole pictorial situation. I think if you people reiterate your thought pattern on your movements, things might lighten up a little bit, per se. Meaning, if you take your 200,000 people, say you're moving for foreclosures, okay, across the big banks. You're picketing the big bank, you're standing in front of them, you're causing havoc, whatever. You're pushing your energy. Really, what are you doing? They have a shield up. It's bouncing back at you. There's no return. You're wasting that energy, the vibrational flow, that you're so set on thinking that it's going to grow and flourish like a seed planted. I think maybe if you take your 200,000 people and you go direct to the cause to see your effect, which your cause would be foreclosures. Why are you not going directly to the source? The source of that homeless person or people, there's many of them, and help the direct source, instead of standing against something that will always have a continual barrier, bar, or shield. I see a lot more outcome if you reiterate a little bit. You're just justifying the other side in their form or movement or reaction, which is, I do believe that this Senate, the threat of the Bill of Rights or whatever, I have not gotten into that very much. I've only heard hearsay, read bits and pieces. We don't know if it's even true. but it would ring a bell of clarity to me why they would be thinking that they would need such an act or movement or form, as you feel you need that. Now what is that? Bicker, backer, back and forth. We have combat, do we not? I thought we were moving against combat to end Cali wars and strife, chaos, all that grudge crap. Those ways are supposed to be coming to a close, to an end. We're supposed to be finding peace, harmony, balance, which Creator, God, gave us all, and I mean all of us. That includes your so-called perceived adversary just as much as it includes you yourself. It includes every single life force energy there on the Shan, or planet Earth, that you all call home at these moments and times in the now. Imagine, if you will, just for a second, you take the group, say in New York, I don't even know how many people were there, we'll say 200,000, okay, that's a good number, 200,000 people. If each and every single person took $1 out of their pocket and put into a foreclosure fund to help people, which is your cause, is it not? Because you're trying to save them from losing their home. That is your cause and the effect. If you took and put that into a pot, which, why do you think private charities were formed? You people, every single person upon this earth is a private charity. Should you not be have considered that? You are to love one another and to help one another. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Is that not a well-known saying? I know not everybody is in agreement with that. However, the majority understands this. So imagine how much help that $1 could do in that pot, in that fund, to end starvation, poverty, homelessness, to get businesses back, to end, as you call, big corps, big banks. Reinvest your money. Think things through here, people. Don't just play into the pot of the joker. And show them that you need this form of movement or control that they're planning behind your back and will surprise attack you one day. You're giving them justification and an aha, I told you these people need control. You're just playing into their hand. And here I'm not here to belittle or denounce to anybody. I'm simply trying to open some other avenues. If you take two people, say Sam owns a store and Sally is unemployed. There is not a single law, not a law, that says Sally can't do an act of kindness. And through the act of kindness, there is no law that says Sam cannot gift unto Sally something that she may need or want. You see, there is no taxation to Sam nor to Sally in this form of movement. There are so many different things and ideas that I don't think the majority of the people have thought through. Another thing I want to touch on is everybody wants the monetary system to end. Well, how is that ever going to be of such when there's so much greed, control, negativity, lack of trust, faith, and belief in our world, disharmonized, I might add? It's time to rebuild. How do you do that? How do you rebuild and regain trust and faith and belief? Well, I'll tell you what, you have to start. Don't expect a return. A gift is just that, a gift. It's not a demand of something in return. It's an open gift. So if you enter into something and give freely, it's just that, freely. What goes around does really come back around. So, on the barter system, you have to start somewhere, and that would be helping one another. not causing conflicts, ill vibrations, going against the grains of salt of another, trespass on their existence or their being. You have to truly enter this openly and honestly within your own heart and soul and being. The big corps work on supply and demand. If you help one another with trade, or with compensation for free work, or free thought, or just gratis to another being, you take away that supply and demand. You lessen it more and more, little by little, and times change. You know, these times are really tight and hard for a lot of people. And I'm in the United States, so I don't do a lot of reading or investigating. In fact, I pretty much keep to myself. So I don't really know how critical times are, but the little bit that I've read, and it's pretty damn darkened right now. A lot of people aren't seeing a way out. I'm trying to show you and light you other paths, to show you different ways of a way out. This is test time. You either all come together in the proper fashion and the proper mannerism, or you're all going to fall. And I think we've all fallen before. I don't think we like that. I think we want to get up and rise. The only way you're going to rise is to come together and help one another, to love one another unconditionally. You have free will. You have free speech. Use that responsibly. Don't be irresponsible with your freedoms and your choices, or you'll justify the justification of another movement towards you from the other side, the opposing side. I cannot stress enough how important these times are, and if you pass or fail, what could be the constructs of our future. So I just want to, enlighten you guys a little bit to Creator God, however you recognize, created everybody equally. None are higher, none are lower. We here on the earth plane on Shan create the separation and division. How are you, given creator power and ability, going to create and make your future as well as everybody else? Think about everything you say, everything you do, from A to Z and back again. In full, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, is a golden rule. I love everybody, and I see a most favorable outcome on all of this if we don't move in a form of challenge, where an automatic shield will be put up and bars will be placed upon us trying to take our freedom and free will away. Please don't justify the justification of that occurrence. We all know that there's been a lot of power in this world, and we're trying to end that. Well, think about your power. Take your power back. If you control yourself, it lessens the grip of the other controller. Think about that for a little bit. On that note, love and light to everybody, and peace be with you. God bless. Love you all.